See, sometimes people see failure as evidence that something is wrong with me, that something is wrong with you. We see it as an evidence that you're no good. But instead, what about if it's feedback? What about if you look at it as feedback about the process, not the person? Welcome to the It Matters podcast. I'm your host, Walter Perez, and let's dive in as we help you grow your mindset and elevate your leadership. Hey everybody, welcome back to the It Matters podcast. I'm Walter Perez, your host. Thanks for joining me in another episode. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're still going strong in some of the commitments you made earlier on this month. And maybe some of you are debating, contemplating on quitting, or maybe, not too sure if you made the right goals or if you made the right commitments, and you're just, you're stuck because you're listening to the wrong voices. Potentially they're coming from outside where you got the wrong people around you, or maybe you're just listening to your own voice of doubt and of failure and these things that come into your mind that say you can't do something. And so I wanted to propose a question today. I wanted to propose a thought that hopefully will help you, motivate you, inspire you, give you something to say, hey, you need to pause and keep going, because you do have it in you to get certain things accomplished and certain things done, so then your leadership can get better, so you can invest in others, so you can be an example to others and win. And you can win in life in areas that you're wanting to get better at. And so have you ever found yourself asking yourself this question, or maybe even proposing this idea or this thought of like, why not? You start thinking about all the reasons why you shouldn't succeed. You come up with all the different ideas and thoughts on why something is not going to work. You end up living or leading your life with this idea and this concept that says, why not? Your motto is, why not? Why not? Why something is not going to work? Why something is not going to work for you? Why this is not the right time for you to do certain things? Why you don't have a good track record, and this is why not something's going to work? Is that you? Or are you the person that says, why not me? Why not me? If anybody else can do it, why not me? If somebody else has accomplished it with the type of resources that I have, because of where I live, because of the things that I've done, the things that I've learned, the things that I want to do, the things that I want to make happen, why not me? Do you see the contrast in that? Do you see the difference? One person says, I'm going to make up every reason and excuse to say, why not me? Because I'm not qualified, because I can't, because I've never done it. Or somebody else is going to see it as an opportunity and say, why not me? Why shouldn't it be me? Why can't I be the one that flourishes and sees this through? Why not me? So I want you to pause for a moment, and I want you to think, where are you at? Where are you anchored in? Are you thinking that that this is just going to be a repeat of history? This is going to repeat of your past? Or you're just going to make a new path? Or are you going to decide to do something new today? See, I want you to hear this for a moment, that people don't fail because of lack of potential. I think you have lots of potential, but they fail because we identify with our faults. We identify with our failures. We identify with our can'ts. We identify with what other people have told us. We identify with our mistakes in our past. So it's not because of lack of potential or lack of opportunity. You have the potential in you today to say, hey, I'm going to go do that thing. I'm going to do that thing I've always wanted to do. I'm going to write that book. I'm going to start that podcast. I'm going to start that business. I'm going to go work that job. I'm going to hang around with those people that I've desired to hang around with. I'm going to do those things. Why not me? So I want you to think of this for a moment, because I want to give you some thoughts on why you might be kind of challenged or struggling in this time. You're struggling because our brains automatically go to the negative. Our brains normally are wired to see the negative and the wrong, not the right. We see the wrong quicker than we see the right. Have you caught yourself doing that? Do you realize that we love to scan our flaws? We love to just, maybe even in other people, we love to point out their flaws and their mistakes. And we do the same thing for us. What about we love to minimize our strengths? We think it's humility sometimes, but more times than not, it's false humility. We love to say, well, I'm not good. I don't have that type of strength. We love to remember our failures over our wins. Think about it. Think about how many times you just let that float around in your mind, and it's always like, this is what I did wrong. This is what I didn't do so good. I'm telling you this because that is me. I have not only have done it, but it still happens to me in this moment. I think about all the things that I can't do instead of the things that I want to do and I should do and that I can do. And I let myself go back to the past and not realizing that I'm not that person anymore. I realize that, hey, I need to do better things. I don't want to focus. I don't want to focus on the what's wrong. I don't want to just keep defining myself on the things that didn't go well. That's not where my potential is. My potential lies in where I want to go and the things that I want to do and the things that I've been created to do, the calling, the passion, the desires that I have. So, I just want you to think, maybe you need to start asking yourself and changing the narrative. Maybe you need to start looking at it a little bit different. And maybe you need to practice things like, hey, what are 3 things that I did well today? Every night before you go to bed, so you don't lie down with the negativity or the faults or the stuff that didn't go so well. Focus on the things that you did well and ask yourself this question. What are 3 things that I did well today? And don't even just think about it. Don't even just talk about it, but write it down. Write those things down. It's not about being perfect. Okay? We've talked about this millions of times, lots of times. It's not about being perfect, but it's about, okay, what was good? Well, what did I do well? What did I do well? Not perfect. That is going to be enough for you to help you boost your energy and boost your mentality and keep going. We got to change the question is really what's happening here. We got to change the questions. Yeah, we don't want to focus on faults anymore. Like, what's wrong with me? How many times have you asked that? I know I have. Maybe you've asked yourself, why do I always mess this up? Maybe you're asking that yourself today. Man, I always mess this up even though I'm trying. Maybe you're asking yourself, why would anyone pick me? Maybe some of this stuff is coming from your past or your childhood experiences, and you're asking, well, nobody has ever picked me before. Why is anyone going to pick me now? Well, what if we change the paradigm here and start asking different questions like, what shall I do that will help me here? What shall I do that I can improve on? Or what skills do I have that are going to help me in this scenario? What skills do I already have that are going to get me out of this? What would this look like if it did work? Instead of going, well, this is not going to work, and you give yourself reasons why not ask and say, if this did work, what would this look like? What is one of the small steps that you can take that will help you move forward? Maybe not just a small step, but a brave step. A step that's going to stretch you a little bit and move you on. What is that brave step that you can do today to move you forward? And ask yourself, why not me? Why not me? Ask yourself that, because maybe some of you have never asked yourself that. Ask yourself today, why not me, and go for it. I want you to write these down though so you can look at them and you can put power on paper so you can speak it over yourself and so you can see yourself actually looking at this, looking forward into your future and saying, okay, these are the things that I'm going to ask myself so I can improve myself. Another thing I want to really point out is stop feeling qualified. Stop feeling like you need to feel qualified. You do not need to feel qualified to move forward. You gotta step into it. You gotta move forward. You don't have to feel ready. Too many times all of us go, I'm not feeling ready, so I can't go. I'm not feeling ready, so I can't move forward. I'm not feeling ready, so I'm not gonna step into it. You don't have to feel ready to step into it. Sometimes it just requires a little bit of action. Do something that you're underqualified, but you're willing to do. Forget about if you're qualified or not, but if you have the spirit of willingness, go do it. Go volunteer. Go volunteer if you've never done it, or if you haven't done enough of it, go volunteer to help you see that you can help people, that you can give of yourself. Apply yourself. Apply to something. Stretch yourself. Just go do it. Ask the questions. Go ask somebody. Go ask somebody for help. Go ask somebody for perspective. Go do that. Start by breaking through the wall by asking the question. And don't be afraid to start, we'll say, ugly. Don't be afraid to start when it's messy. Start small, but start now. Go try something and just do for once so you can break that and realize and show yourself, I can do this. So let's reframe failure. Let's reframe failure and as data and not identify with it. I really want to help you not identify with this because it's one of the main things that keeps us stuck. See, sometimes people see failure as evidence that something is wrong with me, that something is wrong with you. We see it as an evidence that you're no good. But instead, what about if it's feedback? What about if you look at it as feedback about the process, not the person? What about it's feedback about what you're supposed to do and not about you? Think about it that way for a moment. See, failure is a teacher if you want to learn from it. Failure is not the final thing. I've said that before. Failure does not have to be fatal, doesn't have to be final. Failure can be a learning part for you so you can actually then use it as a springboard to move forward. Use it as a way to say you're not behind, you're learning. You're not behind, you're figuring it out. You're not behind, but you're actually in training. What would that look like if you started speaking to yourself a little bit different than reframing the question, reframing the answers? And we need to practice listening. What is this teaching me? Ask yourself that and then listen to yourself, figure out the answer, and learn from that. What is this teaching me? What would I do different next time? These moments of processing and pausing and taking a time out and reflecting on it, but then actually reflecting, but utilizing this newfound wisdom and applying it so you can move forward and you can see your future change. We have to become better listeners when we do ask these questions, and that's why we need to not only write down the question, but then follow through with writing down the answer so we can see the change on paper and see the solution that we can apply and actually move forward. And then when you see that, this shows you that you are enough, that you can make this happen, that you can change. You are capable of making different choices and making different decisions that are going to be reflected in your future, that can show you that you can be that person you want to be. So you might need to audit your environment. Maybe you need to audit who you're hanging out with. You know, some places you're in have people that are not good for you. Maybe you're being in an environment that is causing you to think and to list off things of why you're not qualified, why not me. Instead, you need to focus yourself and realize, okay, where am I and what voices am I listening to that are either pushing me forward or are keeping me back? And then you get to choose which one you want to listen to. What rooms are you in? What environments are you putting yourself in during the week that are not helping you out or that are helping you out? What are stories that are being repeated about yourself that are maybe reminding you about your past that are not good? And you need to audit this and say, I'm going to choose different. And this is going to cause you to challenge yourself, by the way, in a matter of stretching yourself. You're going to have to encourage yourself. You're going to have to normalize growth, which means that you're going to have to continue to learn and move forward and grow every day a little bit. And growth sometimes is painful. Growth sometimes is uncomfortable. Growth sometimes doesn't feel good, but you need to do that to be able to get out of the norm and the things that you've created bad habits in, or the things that you've just kind of said it's okay, but it's actually in the big picture is hurting you. In the big picture, it's actually not healthy for you. So you have to listen to yourself for sure. You got to figure out your environments. You have to speak to yourself in a way that is actually loving. If some of you did an audit on the way you speak to yourself, and you say, well, how would other people feel like that if you talk to your friend like that? If you talk to your parents, your family, would that be kind? Would they say that's loving? So we need to pause and realize that one of the ways that we can tweak and adjust and pivot is by talking to ourselves in a loving way. And we have to listen to that and not continue on this path of calling ourselves a loser, a failure, of somebody who can't do things. Choose to talk to yourself in a way that is encouraging and loving, that inspires you, and that actually believes in you. What is your inner voice saying? What is your inner circle saying around you? What are the people that you have around you saying about you, and is that speaking to you in a healthy way that inspires you and actually is good? And maybe we need to name our critics. We need to name those people that are not good for us so we can actually identify it and know what to do with it. We need to allow ourselves to protect ourselves so that we can move forward. And we can move forward anyway as we're doing that. And as we end up creating new environments and creating new inner circles, new people around us, a better voice inside us, we can do that while we're growing and moving forward. All right. We need to identify some things that we can do different though. Identify some activities that we are going to be able to apply. Maybe, instead of saying things like, when I succeed, then I'll see myself differently. No, we need to stop and say, actually, because I see myself differently, I act differently. Because I see myself different, I'm going to be successful. I'm not going to wait until then. I'm not going to wait until I feel better when I get there. If it happens, no, I'm going to start doing that now. I'm going to think differently. I'm going to feel different. And because of that, I'm actually going to pursue and live differently so I can see different results in my life. Become that person that says, hey, I'm someone who listens well. I'm someone who learns fast. I'm someone who gets back up. I'm someone who goes first when it matters. I'm someone who asks, why not me? Practice those type of self-talks, and I have no doubt that you're going to start seeing some wins in your life, and you're going to pursue things in your life that are going to change your life. If you start thinking like that, you're going to start being a person that sees opportunities and someone who steps into it and says, hey, why not me? Why not me? This year could be my best year because I'm going to choose differently. I believe in myself, and because I believe in myself, other people believe in me. Because I do things happen. When I try, things change. I might fail, I might trip, make mistakes, but I'm going to learn from all that, which is going to make me a better person. So, what are you going to do? Think about this moving forward. Take some time to say, I'm going to write my faults down, but I'm not going to focus on that. And I'm going to rewrite it, and I'm going to be forward thinking. Do one thing this week, whether you feel ready or not. Do one thing. Just that one thing that's going to change things. At the end of your days, call out those 3 things that you did well. Before you go to bed, before you go to sleep, what are 3 things that you did well? Meditate on that and write it down. Spend less time on the inner voice that is shrinking you down and start talking to yourself in a way that encourages you and is loving you. Stop listening to the negative in the past. Replace I can't with I am learning. I am learning, and that's why I am moving forward. And say it out loud once a day. Why not me? Out loud. Why not me? Encourage yourself. Allow yourself to believe in yourself so you can say, why not me? So I can do things. I can do better. I can do big things. Move yourself forward because it matters how you treat yourself, how you talk to yourself, how you think of yourself. It matters. And so allow 2026 to be different. Allow this year to be unique in a way that you're going to start thinking of yourself differently, talking to yourself differently, and you're going to start living differently. I hope this helps. I hope this encourages you. Let me know what you think. Add some comments, share with me. But let's get better. Let's be better leaders. And in that process, I want to encourage you to not only live, but lead well. I'll catch you in the next episode. Bye for now.